I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. We are going through all 11 classes that are coming out in the March of the Lich King, and that is going to come out in a couple days. We are down to the final 11th class. We've been at this for over 3 hours to make sure that these all came out today. And it is Warrior, and Warrior got some of the worst cards for them and some of the best cards for them. We're going to be doing 10 as the worst, 1 as the best. We're starting off with the 10th card here, which is unfortunately the legendary, or one of the legendaries for Warrior, which is the bird. I don't know why they put this in the game. I don't know why they took a slot with this. If you want to play this, you can go play this basically right now in Hunter. This is Rat King. This is basically a worse version of Rat King. It's 1 less attack, 1 less health, 1 less mana, still legendary. Can't have unlimited resummons. It only gets 3 resummons, 1 for the original and 2 after that point. It has rush, and the only way that you get it back is with fire spells. Right now, for Warrior, there is 2 fire spells for Warrior right now. And even if you throw in the spells that are coming out in this particular set, you are adding 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 6 spells in all of Warrior that have fire. That makes this card basically unplayable, and even if you have fire spells, you get to bring it back twice. It's a Rat King. No one even plays Rat King. It's 1 less than Rat King attack-wise, defense-wise, cost-wise. Number 9 for us is going to be the Silver Fury Steward. It is a 6 mana for a taunt rush, can't be the target of spells or abilities. Basically, the fact that it can't be the target of spells or abilities really means nothing at this point. For some taunters that are a little bit less in the game, less mana I should say, you're already looking at playing a Sentient Shield Master. This is about where Sentient Shield Master would be. This is 2 more mana and basically about the same point as Sentient Shield Master. I mean, you could play an Ice Blood Protector for this kind of mana. The Ice Blood Protector is going to help you out more than this one. It's 210 for the Ice Blood Protector. I mean, you're talking the same amount of mana that you would normally have for a Light Shower Elemental. You know, class card, 6/6, that would give you taunt and give you 8 health when it died. You drop the 2 from the attack to put it on the defense, and you get Rush Shot as a return. That's horrible, and it can't be targeted. Ooh. That basically means that by the time turn 6 drops around, really low card for a warrior. Next up is number 8. Number 8 for us is the Sun Fairy Champion. It's a 1 mana 1/3. This is after you cast a fire spell, do 1 damage to all minions. Not enough fire spells in the game yet. And basically, for the fire spells that get effect by having damaged minions, you want the minions damaged before you cast the fire spell. And this does damage after you cast the fire spell. I mean, it's a 1 mana 1/3, so we'll see some sort of play, because 1 mana 1/3 is always see some sort of play. So, I mean, we'll see, it'll fit it just as a 1/3 for 1, but the effect is almost like backwards. You almost wish it had battle cry deal 1 damage to all minions that came out. And then after you cast a fire spell, do it again or something like that. It's just, this is the thing that you want it for when you cast the fire spells. But all those fire spells get help when stuff is damaged, and you need to cast a fire spell in order to damage it. Number 7 for us is going to be the fire spells that you can get off of the new set. And this is Embers of Strength, which is a 2 mana fire spell, which says summon 1/2 guards. 2 1/2 guards with taunt. And I want to preference that on turn 2, when you play this, getting 2 1/2 with taunts is really good. And if you play this on turn 2, that's great. The problem with this one is when you get further on into the game, when you hit turn 6, and it gets the Mana Thirst. The Mana Thirst adds +1 attack and +2 defense. If you had a card that said 6 mana, summon 2/4 taunts, they would not see play, even if it said at the end of it, gain 4 mana back. So, it's good in the early game, but 2 mana 2/4s on turn 6 are worth nothing, even with the mean taunts. Even though you're getting 2 of them, and you're getting basically 4/8 in stats. I mean, it's going to be a road bump, but that's about it, because by turn 8, your turn 6, your opponent can just smack them down and not care. Next for us is number 6. Number 6 for us is going to be Last Stand. This is another spell for warrior, but he make it fire. I'm sure they could have made this fire and called it something other than Last Stand, and it would have been fine. Like Fire in the Heart or something like that, or Fire of Battle or something like that. It's a 4 mana, no spell skull, which really hurts them, because this could have been fire. What this does is draws a taunt minion and doubles its stats. Basically, what you're trying to do with this particular card. You're trying to draw this card with it. So you draw this card because you can tutor for the taunt. And then this comes at 8/16 that can be targeted by spells or abilities. And at 6 and 8/16 can be targeted by spells or abilities. Sadly, it's about what you need in order for it to see play. I mean, there's some other taunts that you can get off of it that you're supposed to grab. Taunts that you can where you need to draw. They'll take any kind of draw. Draw for taunt is the worst thing in the world. But the fact that, you're wasting 4 mana to do nothing is not what you're looking for. I mean, it draws you a card, theoretically. So next card up for us. Yeah. I've been on you for too long, I get it. It's going to be number 5. Number 5 for us is going to be the Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker is a 5 mana 4/5 that at the end of your turn, your opponent discards a spell. Any disruption is good disruption. Doesn't matter how lazy the disruption is. The things that hurt Warrior the most are spells. So you can get this to get rid of a spell that you know your opponent has that's going to bite you. And then once that happens, they can't use that spell to kill this. So they're going to have to trade into this to try to kill this because they don't have the spell anymore. So this almost has like a pseudo taunt to it. Unless, or if they have another spell, this is a 2-for-1 speller. Number 4 for us is going to be one of the other fire spells that comes out here, which is the Sunfire Smith. Sunfire Smithing is a 4 mana fire spell that puts a 4/2 sword in your hand and gives a random minion in your hand +4/2. The only problem I have with this particular fire spell is I almost wish that the sword would be a weapon and then it would give you the spell for like 0. So that way you could do the weapon search off of it and get some of the weapon search off of it and still get the fire spell off of it. It's kind of weird that it's not a weapon in itself, but it like makes you a weapon. I get that basically you're smithing a sword and then you're handing them the sword. I just wish this would have been almost a weapon so you could have gotten weapon draw off it. Because it's a good weapon. It's a fair weapon. It's got a good plus side to it. 4/2 for 4. It sees play. That buffs your hand isn't the worst thing in the world. So now we're up to our silver medal, our bronze medal. Our bronze medal does get to go all the way to the other legendary. The legendary is a 3 mana 3/3 that says Battle Cry, cast a copy of the last spell your opponent played. Basically, you're waiting until your opponent plays something that is nice, that is exciting, that is surprising, and then you're going to slam this down. You're going to get to play that spell, It gives Warrior a spell that they may want to use that they can't use because it's not in their class. The only time you're throwing this down is after your opponent played a good spell. Yeah, you can play this right on free, and there's going to be times where you're going to just play this and your opponent didn't play a spell, but again, you can't use those kind of caveats, because then, you're saying that, well, what if I never draw this card? Yeah, it's a caveat. Yeah, that's a caveat that always exists. Like, if I don't draw this card, I can't play this card. We know that caveat exists. We don't need to explain that one. So number 2 for us, our Silver Star for this particular set, is going to be the Blazing Power. Blazing Power is a 2-mana fire spell that says give a minion +1/+1, repeat for each damaged friendly character. That includes your face, so at the very least it gets +1/+1. This is Vile Library for Warrior. I slept on Vile Library last time when Warlock got it. I don't know how Warrior's going to use it. I don't know where Warrior's going to use this, but if any card might get nerfed, it might be Blazing Power, because it's basically Vile Library, but you don't get the second use of it. And the last card for us is the best card that Warrior got. Considering they got so much trash, they actually got one ridiculously good card for them. And the best card that they got in this set is going to be the Light of the Phoenix. Light of the Phoenix is a 4-mana spell that's a fire spell for Warrior that says draw 2 cards, and that this card, the Light of the Phoenix, costs 1 less for each damaged friendly character. That includes your face again. So, worst case scenario, this is a 1 more expensive than Arcane Intellect. Pretty much on every single situation, it's going to be the same price as Arcane Intellect. And there's even going to be times where this costs 0. Warrior needs draw. They need draw badly. They take the worst draw just to get anything else on this. This is Arcane Intellect for Warrior. They're going to be playing this from the time it shows up until the time it leaves rotation. This is going to show up in every Warrior deck just for the draw. Thank you. That is everything for Warrior. That is the 11th set of cards that we have done today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember, play for fun.